Good morning, dear students. I hope all of you are doing well. So, this is the first video I am going to record on the subject digital image processing. Dear students, this is one of the interesting subject, easiest and also important. It is interesting because whatever the changes you make to an image, they are very visible to naked eye, so that easily you can play with images. It is easiest because here you don't find any mathematical concepts. We have mathematical concepts, but however, they are very simple. You don't find the difficult calculus, trigonometry, not at all. You require to have the basic knowledge of arithmetic operations that is much sufficient for this particular subject. It is important because nowadays the image processing has drawn the attention of many of the researchers. Lot of activities are going on in this particular field. So you know that everywhere the camera is fixed, so that everywhere the videos are captured. So to process this information, the image processing becomes an essential subject. Okay, here in this class, first I am going to discuss about the course outcomes. That is, after studying this subject, you will be able to carry out these tasks. The first course outcome is, after studying this subject, you will be able to explain the basic concepts of image processing steps in digital image processing, concept of image capturing, sampling, quantization, and different relationships between the pixels. You will be able to apply the techniques used in spatial domain and frequency domain image enhancement. So image enhancement, it is also referred to as filtering operation, where you can improve the quality of the image. So that after studying this entire subject, you will be able to apply some particular techniques for enhancing the quality of the image. So you will be able to summarize the concepts of image restoration. So image restoration is one of the important operations in image processing. You will be able to summarize what are the concepts you have studied. So the fourth course outcome is, you will be able to explain the basic concepts of color image processing techniques along with wavelets and morphological image processing operations. At the end, you will also be able to summarize the concepts of image segmentation, representation, and the description. The course overview I have listed out means what are the things they are covered within the syllabus. You are going to learn about the basic steps used in processing of the digital image. You will be given with an introduction to image transformations, enhancement of the image by using spatial domain as well as frequency domain techniques. You will be learning about how to segment the image, how to represent the image, and the course also covers the introduction to color image processing, such as color image representation and some basic operations on color image. Dear students, to study this subject, the prerequisite is you should have some basic knowledge about the arithmetic operations along with the conceptual knowledge of signals and system. Don't worry, you don't require the detailed knowledge about signals and system, but overview of the signal system or conceptual knowledge is little bit required for studying this particular subject. First module, we have about introduction to digital image processing Along with we are going to study about how an image is captured. The module is divided into two parts. First part it deals with the basic concepts of the image processing. The second part it deals with how an image is going to be captured. So after studying this first module, you will be able to define what is digital image processing, and fundamental steps used in digital image processing. You will be able to describe the components which are required for processing the image. You will be able to describe the elements of visual perception. You will be able to explain image sensing and acquisition methods. You will be able to comprehend the concept of image sampling and quantization. You can describe the relationship between the pixels. You can distinguish the linear and non-linear operations on the image after completing this module. So these are called module outcomes. Dear students, in outcome-based education, it is very important to understand what will be the outcome after studying this subject, after studying each module or each topic. That's why at the beginning you have seen that we have defined the course outcomes, means which you are going to attain after completing the course, and these 5 which are listed in this particular slide, they are called as module outcomes, so that these you are going to attain after completing the first module. Okay, here we are going to start the actual syllabus. Okay, first we are going to discuss about what is digital image. Dear students, image basically it is a two-dimensional function f of x comma y, where x and y are the spatial coordinates and f is an intensity value at the coordinate point x and y. Please try to understand. Basically, image can be defined as a two-dimensional function f of x comma y, where x and y they represent the coordinate points and f is an amplitude at the particular point x and y. Suppose if the values of x, y and f, if they are discrete and finite, the image can be referred to as digital image. Okay, this is the technical definition we have. But however, image basically it can be represented as a matrix. In generally, I can say that image is simply a matrix which contains rows and columns. Okay, here I have given an example in this slide. If you look at the table, or which is like a matrix, it is of 4 by 5, 4 rows and 5 columns. So that each location, say 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3 of the matrix, they are like coordinate points. And value at these coordinate points are at particular row and column position. Whatever the values we have, they are going to indicate the intensity values. They may be indicating either gray level value or the intensity value. Okay. So according to the definition, now this entire matrix is like a two-dimensional function f of x comma y. The row and column position, they are like x and y coordinates, and value which is present at that particular coordinate point, a row comma column position, that is called amplitude. The amplitude means it is like intensity value or gray level value. Say for example, if you consider the value 200, it is at position 1 comma 1. That 1 comma 1 is called coordinate point, 200 is called the intensity value. Okay, now the question is, what is this intensity value? Okay, in generally if you consider images, there are 3 types of images. They are binary image, intensity image and color image. Okay, in the binary image, as the name itself indicates, it is simply black and white image. It is simply referred to as monochrome image. So here we use a single bit to represent color of the image. Say for example, 0 indicates black, 1 indicates white. You have an image where the color of each pixel is represented by using either 0 or 1. Remember, always lowest value indicates darkest color and highest value indicates lightest color. In that sense, 0 represents black color, 1 represents white color. Okay. This is called binary image. Okay. Binary image is one where each pixel is associated with a single bit having value 0 or 1. Okay, next we have intensity image, or it is also called as gray level image. So gray level image, here we use more than 1 bits. One of the example is 8-bit image. 8-bit image in the sense to represent each pixel we use totally 8 bits. To represent each pixel intensity we are going to use totally 8 bits. So using 8 bits it is possible to represent 256 gray level values. They are from 0 to 255. So 0 indicates again darkest color, means black. 255 indicates white color. Okay. In the example, that table whatever is shown in this slide, that is an example for 8-bit image. You are finding random values. These values will indicate the intensity of the image. Okay. In case of 8-bit image, we use 8 bits to represent each pixel value. 8 bits in the sense we can have value between 0 to 255. 0 is the darkest color, means black, and 255 represents white color. Okay. So right now try to understand these two concepts, binary image and grayscale image. Okay. And remember, basically image is nothing but the matrix. Okay, what is image processing, right? Digital image processing is nothing but playing with this matrix. So if you go on modifying these matrix elements values, you are going to find large changes in the image. Okay, that manipulating the values of the matrix which is used to represent the image, that itself can be referred to as digital image processing, roughly speaking. But technically the digital image processing is the discipline, or it is the branch of engineering where the input and output to the output to the process are images. You can simply view the digital image processing as a black box where input is an image, output is also an image. Okay. So we have seen two things. What is digital image? We have seen, and we have seen what is digital image processing. Okay. Okay, then we have lot of examples of digital image processing. You can consider either as examples or applications of digital image processing. The applications of digital image processing, they are spread over the entire electromagnetic spectrum, starting from say gamma rays to radio waves. Okay. In every band of this electromagnetic spectrum, you are going to find the applications or examples of digital image processing. Okay, we discuss these one by one. First we have gamma rays. So basically gamma rays imaging, it is used in nuclear medicine, and it is also used for astronomical observations. So in case of nuclear medicine, what we do is the patient is injected with radioactive isotopic material. The patient is injected with radioactive isotopic material, As it starts decaying into the body, the patient body will start emitting the gamma rays. These gamma rays, they are collected by means of gamma ray detector to produce the image. So gamma ray imaging, remember, they are mainly used for nuclear medicine and astronomical observations. In nuclear medicine, to form image, what we do is the patient is injected with radioactive isotopic material, and as it starts decaying, the body starts emitting the gamma rays. These gamma rays, they are collected by means of gamma ray detector. So based on the intensity detected by the gamma ray detector, we are going to form the image. Okay, we have second application, X-rays. So you might be knowing X-rays, they are basically used in the medical field. They are also used in industries and astronomical observations to form the image. Okay, basically X-rays, in case of medical field, to generate the X-rays, we are going to use a large vacuum tube. The vacuum tube, it consists of anode and the cathode. Initially, the cathode is heated to emit large number of electrons. When these electrons, they hit the anode, that will cause the generation of X-rays. These X-rays, it is possible to change intensity of the X-rays as well as the number of X-rays. The number of X-rays can be controlled by using current, and the intensity of the X-rays can be controlled by using the voltage. Okay. So to generate the image, the idea is like this. We are going to pass these X-rays through body of the patient. When these X-rays, they penetrate into the body, the intensity of the X-rays is going to change depending on muscles, depending on the obstacles that exist in the body of the patient. Okay. And these variations in the X-rays, they are collected on a thin film to form the image. So this is how the X-ray image will be formed. So it is shown in the example, or it is shown in the image. You can easily observe. Okay. Okay, this video I am going to stop here. In the class, in the online interactive class, I am going to discuss all these concepts once again in the detail. Thank you, students.